Snow, I'm doing this video for you on July 4th, which is America's Independence Day. Your Independence Day was January 4th, and both of our countries became free of the British. And so I'm doing it today. Then I'm going to put it on my webpage so you can see it. I started doing these videos after I came back from the last time I was with your family during winter break. And I've done several videos to your mother, and also to Titi on her birthday. And so, since this is your birthday coming up in a couple weeks, you get a video. And what I want you to understand, and you know, I've written about this in many essays on my webpage. It's hard for me to explain why you and your family mean so very much to me. I mean, I remember over 4 years ago when I went back during winter break 4 years ago, or when I went to Maymar for the first time 4 years ago, you were in a daycare center. You and Fatty. You were 4 and Fatty was 2. And, you know, we talked, but you didn't remember. I mean, you can't remember back then. But I remember you. And I've taken pictures. I took pictures of you there. And your mother can pull them up on my webpage. You were there in a classroom where your sister is sitting next to you. And you were what we call in America focused. You were sitting there looking at the teacher like you were going to learn. That's the first thing I remember about you. You're a cute, charming little girl, but you were focused. 4 years ago, I had plenty of time to get to know Snow. You're a beautiful young lady, but I mean, there are loads of, I mean, I can rattle them off, you know. Your dad and your mom took your family and me out to a friend's restaurant near the hotel that I stayed in when I was in that area. And we were sitting in the restaurant, and there was a big TV on the wall. And I happened to be sitting next to you, and I was saying something to you, and you just didn't hear it. And so what I did was to wave my hand in front of your face. You didn't see my hand. And I can't remember whether it was your mother or father or it might have been TT that said, don't try to get her attention. She's focused. But, you know, that's one thing. The other, you know, I remember taking you to a place called a department store in Tangier called Ocean. I think it's called Ocean or Oceans. And I told you and your two sisters that I wanted to get you something, and you and Fatty got a T-shirt and some kind of toy pillow or stuffed animal. That took me about 5 minutes to do, but TT was took TT and I a long time to figure out what she was going to get. But when I was there with your family for that 1 week during winter break, I mean, I've written about this also. It was the best week of my entire life. And it had to do with your mother, your dad, and the three children, you, Patty, and TT. I mean, I had fun playing Scrabble with you. I had fun playing with your puppets. I had fun just being with you. However, I wonder whether you know the thing that I most remember and most treasure from our time together, just you and me. I've written about this also. And I think it was probably the last day I was there with your family, and before we went to the restaurant. I think it's that time. But I don't know what we were doing during the day. I don't know. And we were walking someplace, and you happened to be next to me. And I've written about this, and I said I couldn't have walked 5 feet or 10 feet, and you didn't say anything. All you did was to reach up and held my hand, and you kept on walking. I don't know whether, I'm sure you remember holding my hand, but I'm not sure how much. I mean, of all the things that I remember about you, it is the one most important to me personally. You didn't ask, you didn't say anything, you kept on walking. Quietly, we walked together, hand in hand. Snow, I'll never forget that. Later, I think it was that day, we went to, your mom and dad have a friend that have a restaurant near the hotel. It's where I try to get your attention while you're watching TV. But it was after that dinner that your dad drove me to the hotel. He drove, and in the front seat was your mother and TT, and I was in the back seat between you and Fatty. And I thought to myself, here's a young girl, my granddaughter, who wanted to express her love to me in a quiet way. Snow, I mean, I think about that all the time. And I thought to myself back then, if you want to express your love for me by holding my hand, when I'm sitting in the back seat, driving to the hotel, I'm not going to say anything to you either. I'm simply going to hold your hand. I was doing exactly what you did. I didn't ask you, didn't say anything. I just held your hand. And it was my way to say to you, Snow, I dearly love you. It's hard for me to understand my relationship with your family. And I've written about how your mom had to pick up some papers at your old home, and for me, where I was going to go the next time I was some other place in Myanmar after I left your mother, who was my tour guide. And I ran in, or she had to get papers in her house, and TT happened to be home. TT was the bridge that united your family and my family. And we are family. And each one of your family members, your mother, your father, TT, and Fatty, as well as have you, expressed your love for me in various ways. I am a very lucky man. Your birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I sent you a necklace and a top. And I remember going to Ocean at the department store, and I mean, I don't buy clothes for my granddaughter that lives in the United States, and I don't buy clothes for my two grandsons who live in Indianapolis. I mean, I really don't buy clothes for anybody because I don't know what they like, and I have no idea how to get the right size. And so I went to the department store, like Ocean, and picked out something I hope fits you. At least I know the necklace will. This is when we were at Ocean. You and Fatty picked out what you wanted, and two tops and two little toys or stuffed animals. And TT and I got into a discussion about, one, that she didn't want anything, she didn't need anything. Then when finally I argued with her about that enough that she said, okay, then you pick it out. And I said, I hate doing that. I don't know what you like. And then she said, I want you to pick out something that you picked out for me so I can remember you. That made an impression upon me. And even if I don't like trying to figure out the right size, I get what TT was saying. And so when I went to the store, it's called Kohl's. It's not called Ocean, it's called Kohl's. It's where I got your necklace. It's just like Ocean. I looked at this blouse and I thought, I'd like that. I'd like to see snow in that. Hopefully it's the right size. But gifts are important. Your mommy and daddy gave me a picture of Inlet Lake, and after this introduction of about your birthday and the gift, I'll show you a videotape of that, or I'll show you where it's hanging in my office, and also pictures of you all around this house. You, Fatty, Snow, and your mom and dad. You are a family. And I love you and your rest of the family. I care about them. And I want to see you again soon. Your mom and dad have sent me pictures and videos of various things since I came back to the United States the second time. And it's amazing. All three of you have changed so very much. You're almost the age that TT was when I first met her 4 years ago. And to say that I'm proud of you is an understatement. No, I could have written this all out. But I'd rather have you look at me on a video and say, that's Papa Al. He does love me. You are a great young lady. And you will succeed. You will grow up to become a teenager. Then you'll be 20, 30, 40 years from now. Just remember that Papa Al loves you. Take care. And happy birthday. This is a picture of the three of you together in the pictures on either side are Jack and Owen, who live in Indianapolis. But this is on my desk. This is Ginger and her bed that she often sits in when I'm working on my computer. But I wanted to show you behind, well, I wanted to show you, you remember that backpack that you carried around all the time. But this is the picture that your parents got me when I left Myanmar the last time. The money next to it are old General Ansan paper money that I bought when I was in Myanmar. But here is a picture of, close, Fatty. The picture of your family. There's you with my backpack. And there's Titi. This is up in my living room. These are pictures of my grandchildren, including you and your family. And this is the wall in my living room, which has a lot of pictures of that I took while I was in Myanmar, the Golden Rock, and in my lake. This one is of Ginger in my bed. She loves to sleep on my pillow. And she's looking at herself in the mirror thinking, aren't I a pretty young dog? But if you look carefully, as I zoom in on you, these are my grandchildren. It's not can't see it very well. It's with Owen, and this is with Jack, and this is Ayana. Ayana is 22 years old. You know who that is. You know who that is. And there you are.